Oh, hey stranger, it's so lovely for you to join me. You look lovely. I hope you're hungry because we've got lots and lots of food. Shock. Oh, a chocolate rose for me. Thank you so much, you're so sweet. And you know that I don't like flowers because they die and it's sad, but I do love chocolate, so thank you so much. I really, really love it. I love it. So let's have some dinner, shall we? Happy Valentine's Day everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we are taking on a very special one because I am doing all of my favourite date night foods as a challenge for Valentine's Day. Now, I don't often eat red meat, so when I go on a date I love to order a steak.
Bon appetit.
So I am so excited to show you what we have. I have two enormous, thick tomahawk steaks. They are ribeye steaks on the bone. They are cooked to absolute perfection, if I do say so myself, but I can't take all the credit because Bespoke Butchers in Studley, where I bought these, were so great at teaching me how to reverse sear. I thought they were humouring me when they said that it was foolproof, but I really do think that it is a foolproof method to cook a perfect steak. If you would like to have a go at reverse searing a giant thick steak yourself at home, I'm going to leave the method down below. So next to it here, I have a pound of rustic fries. I also have some onion rings. I've got some garlic and herb mayo, and also the pièce de résistance, that is the homemade chimichurri. Now, I am a massive chimichurri fan, and if you are, I'm going to leave the recipe for this one down below because I think that this is a very good one. If you asked a question on my last video, do stick around to the end of this one where I'm going to be doing a Q&A, answering all of your pressing questions. So if you enjoy this video, guys, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or suggestions for future themed videos, and do comment below. And if you have yet to subscribe, do consider doing so by hitting that subscribe button and the bell icon next to it so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Right then everyone, let's get our steak on. In 3, 2, 1, timer has started. First bites. Wow.
Wow, indeed. What is up, everyone, and welcome to the Valentine's Day special featuring so much meat.
That chimichurri smells delicious.
To accompany the just over 72 ounces of tomahawk steak, over a pound of rustic fries, and just over half a pound of onion rings, I have a homemade chimichurri which smelled and tasted delicious. It is definitely one to try.
The colour on the inside is so even, I'm so shook. But it's so juicy. Look how perfect that is. I don't know if you can see that. This is genuinely so good.
Almost 3 minutes in and we are very nearly done with the first tomahawk steak. I am having a great time layering on that chimichurri because I feel that it just adds to the steak experience. Now, I am no stranger to a meat challenge, and I am definitely a fan. I'm a meat eater through and through, and if you guys enjoy the meat eating challenges, then do let me know down below in the comments.
Right, are we happy with that? I think. Unbelievable. Right, let's move on to the big boy. Let's see if I can show you the inside and how juicy that is. So yum. That chimichurri, oh my gosh. Go down into the description, copy and paste that recipe, put it in your notes, make it on your next date night.
Anybody keeping count of how many times I say chimichurri in this video? I'd be really, really interested to know. Oh, speak of the devil, here it is again. And I'm sure we are all aware, but there is a fragment of chimichurri just below my clavicle, but we are just going to brush completely over that and ignore it. Just under 7.5 minutes in, we are just under 3/4 of the way through. I'm feeling pretty confident and really enjoying this one, guys. I'm sure you can see by my entire demeanor that this is definitely a bit of me. If you would like to see some more meat takedown challenges in the future, then do let me know down below. Do stick around for the Q&A at the end of this video, guys. If you enjoy it, do give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or suggestions for future videos, then do just comment below. And if you have yet to subscribe, do consider doing so before you leave. And on that note, guys, I'm going to leave you to enjoy some eating, and I'll catch you at the end.
That was incredible. Wow, what a steak. Cooked perfectly. I do need some floss because I have steak stuck in my teeth. But everyone, that was amazing. The combination is my ideal. It's just so delicious. Medium rare steak. It's the first time that I've ever reverse seared anything. So I think that generally speaking, that was successful. The chimichurri was perfect. Go into the description, copy and paste that recipe into your notes, and the next time that you have steak, make this chimichurri. It is delicious. I am blown away by how easy it was to put together and just how delicious it was to eat. I'm really pleased with how all of that came out. We managed to do it in just over 14 minutes. Really pleased with that time. I really enjoyed the steak. Yes, there were moments I slowed myself down a little bit so I could just express how much I am enjoying it. And I really, really was. It was all actually really delicious, and I'm just over the moon. I'm going to clean up here. Let's get into some Q&A. Right then everyone, the Q&A portion of this video, let's start things off on a sweet note with one of my favourite ever desserts, that is a New York cheesecake. Probably one of the best desserts I think that you could order at a restaurant because they very rarely get it wrong. Let's eat some cheesecake and answer some questions. How do you get into this? How did I get into competitive eating? Competitive eating was not something that I ever pursued. It was something that I kind of fell into and then made the most of. In 2013, I was dieting for a bikini show. I'd been into bodybuilding and lifting weights and stuff for quite a long time. And I thought that that was kind of the next step in my fitness journey, was to do a competition. Around the time that I was dieting, my brother was going to a local restaurant and doing a food challenge. And for about 10 weeks consecutively, he failed this food challenge. And as a normal sister, like, I just bantered him about it because you just do that, don't you? And us shopkeepers were just known to have big appetites. We're known to eat a lot of food. So I knew that I was able to eat a lot of food just because I knew myself as a child. I obviously had to control the ability to eat lots of food to be able to lose weight and be fit and feel healthy. And so I bantered him and he challenged me, and I went to the restaurant, and long story short, in 2013 I set a record on a food challenge which basically paved the way for the rest of my career to this day. Fast forward a couple of years, I'm not really on social media. I'm doing the odd challenge, but it's really very under wraps and just for a bit of fun. I get contacted by TV Tokyo. They asked me if I want to qualify for the World Championships in New York. And I won the qualifier. I was shook. I was like, what on earth? I'm actually good at this thing. Like, this is crazy. And then I went to New York, I competed, I met some super cool people that I really, really respect and love to this day. And yeah, it's been a massive whirlwind ever since, but it's kind of given me my platform. And the second time we competed at Battle of the Big Eaters, I was encouraged hugely to start a YouTube channel, and so here we are. I started a YouTube channel and here we are. So Lexi asked about, do I feel fullness? Do I get stomach aches? How does it affect me? Generally speaking, big challenges do make you feel very full and you do feel very uncomfortable, but I don't feel fullness like a normal person feels fullness. I've always had like an ability to eat beyond a normal capacity. I've always been able to do that. When I do feel full, I find the best thing for me is to stay active. So I've just done a challenge. I will go and I'll do housework and I'll sweep, I'll go to the gym, I'll go for a walk, I'll do something to get my body moving. How does it affect me at the gym the next day? It really depends on the challenge. Some challenges you could feel really full, really like heavy, uncomfortable, but really you do get a huge surge of energy for lifting weights. And in terms of my strength improves quite a lot when I've eaten a lot of calories. So I guess you don't look so great, but you feel pretty great. Nigel asked, pineapple on pizza, yes or no? Listen, this is a subject of much debate. If I'm given a pizza that has pineapple on it, I will eat the entirety of the pizza, including the pineapple. If I'm given the option, I probably wouldn't order it. I hope that answers your question. Stacey asked, when I'm not doing food challenges, do I eat fast or do I savor and enjoy my food? When I'm not doing challenges, I don't have very exciting food. But if I was going out, if I was going on a date, if I kind of allowed myself that sort of extra meal in the week to sort of enjoy, I slow myself down because I love food. I'm a real foodie and I do like savor the flavor. And let's finish off this cheesecake. Emma, when did I find out that I could eat more than the average person? I grew up in a household of shopkeepers where you've got a mum that's a chef, Latin American heritage, you've got a dad that's a farmer, and everybody has something to prove, it seems, on the table. So the food goes in the middle and you eat fast or you don't eat, and that's just it. Now, I learned very early on in my life that I was overweight, and I was overweight because I could eat a lot of food without feeling any kind of discomfort. And as a child, you don't really think about it. You don't even worry about your weight or your body image. And I could eat more than my dad, more than my brother. I was very comfortable in doing that. And it caught up with me, to say the least. So that is generally how I knew a long time ago that I was a bit of a beast with cutlery. Now, this is a very common question. I don't often think of anything. That's why I really struggle to talk and eat at the same time. I also really struggle to focus on other things because when you're eating, when you're in a zone and when you know you have to eat fast, the minute you think about the flavour, you slow down. The minute you're thinking about what somebody's saying to you or shouting at you, whatever, you slow down. So my big tip is block all senses and just finish the food. There is nothing going through my mind. You best believe blank. Emma asked if I ever feel full. Yes, I do. I feel fullness at a much after a lot more food than the average person. So my capacity is far greater than an average person's. So my fullness levels aren't like so quick to fill. But you definitely hit a level of fullness. Obviously, it depends how much food and what and how long, etc. But yes, there is a level of fullness that you do feel. Dave, thank you for your question. My background is a bit of a question mark at the moment. My parents have gone and done a DNA test, so we do get the results back very soon, so I will feed back on that, what the precise percentages are. But from what I understand, my dad is English, Irish and Russian, and my mum is Latin American, Swiss Italian and Egyptian. Now, those are very simplified backgrounds of each parent, but we do have a bit of this and a bit of that, so I'm a bit of a cocktail. I do have a bit of a tan to me, yes. I do have olive skin, but my skin colour does change with the seasons, like most people. I hope that answers your question. So Johnny asked where in the world I would like to go to take on a food challenge. I would absolutely love to go to the States and do something over there. I don't think that I'm too bothered where, but the Big Texan appeals to me. So in Amarillo, Texas, they have the Big Texan steakhouse, and they do this 72-ounce challenge, and I'm really keen to have a go. Like, all the big names have done it, and I feel like I really want to get my name on that board, if at all possible. Amanda asked, have I always enjoyed cooking? I've always enjoyed baking more than cooking, but I think the older I get, the more I enjoy cooking. And how I plan my challenges is that I will find what is sort of trending and I will try and do something along the lines of that, or I will find new products that are out, or I will see which holidays are coming up and I will just plan my challenges around that. Apart from that, I absolutely love all of your suggestions, so obviously the suggestions really help me to get some new and fresh ideas on how to keep lockdown interesting. Kitty Lou asked if after a huge meal, I can still eat dessert, and yes, absolutely. As you saw from the cheesecake, I can always eat dessert, even after doing a challenge. It must be some kind of dessert stomach that we have, but yeah, 100%. Liam asked, out of all of my 21 world records, which one was my favourite, and I probably would say that my favourite was the Terry's Chocolate Orange, which was my first one. I actually broke my initial record of 65 seconds and set a new record of 57 point something seconds, and it's just one I'm really proud of, you know, because it seems so easy, but it certainly isn't so easy when you try it. So yeah, that's the best. Next question is from Max versus Food. Max, thank you so much for your question. Guys, if you're not following Max or watched his videos, go and watch. He's a competitive eater as well here in the UK. He asked me how I practice, if I practice when I'm not doing food challenges, and the answer to that is no. I've always been able to eat fast, always, and I just have inherent abilities that allow me to eat fast without it being much of a chore. So I think in that respect, I'm probably privileged to do what I do. I don't prep for capacity either. I kind of just jump into it and hope for the best. And most of the time I've been quite fortunate. A lot of it is experience, but you'll nail it, Max. Honestly, you're doing great. And on that note, everyone, I'm going to leave it right there for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or suggestions for future themed challenges, and do comment down below. If you have yet to subscribe, do consider doing so by hitting that subscribe button and the bell icon next to it so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Right then, everyone, happy Valentine's Day. I really do appreciate you and your time, and I'll catch all of you on the next one. I'm a huge fan of fat. I know it sounds so bizarre, but yeah, I'm a fat eater. Shut eater, it's a fat eater.